And welcome to an episode of Because Liberty. Tonight we're going to be talking about some scumbaggery that's taking place all over the state here in Washington. We have I-1639, which creates a state registry for firearms. It raises the age to purchase firearms from 18 to 21, and it makes all weapons, any semi-automatic weapon, what they're going to be calling them now is semi-automatic assault rifles. And this will even count towards like 22s. So what we have is a bunch of paid signature gatherers. That part's important to remember because they get paid per signature. Outside of different stores, a lot of them is Wallmarts. They have signage that points to bring back the $30 card tabs. Just say no for the grocery tax, and that's all the signage that they have out there. Once they get you to their table, they only mention those two things, and then they very quickly throw in, well, I have two other initiatives that you can go ahead and sign here. One's to keep schools safe, and the other one's an anti-pollution bill. So I'm not even going to get into the anti-pollution bill right now, but what I am going to be talking about is this gun bill. They very much aren't advertising that that's what they're out there collecting signatures for. It's very underhanded to have a bunch of signs out there that are drawing in people that would usually not be signing any type of anti-gun legislation for the $30 car tabs and the no grocery tax. So these people have been put on blast all over the state on social media and here in Cowlitz County on the different news groups that are here, especially Cowlitz County Citizens Update, or Cowlitz County, what's it called? I have to fucking start over again. Actually, I can just edit that out. All of the news groups here in Cowlitz County, they have been put on blast, so people have known about them, and I decided to go out to the 7th Avenue Wallmart in Longview, Washington, to let people know what the guy is trying to have them signed. I'm going to go ahead and play a video for you here. The person in question very much did not like me showing up to tell people to simply read the ballot all the way before they start signing things. He eventually called the cops on me, made a bunch of untrue statements about me. He was trying to say that I was trying to take pictures of people's personal information, which you can see on the video that I clearly was not. He was saying that I was harassing him. He was saying that I was yelling at him. The video... I'm not going to go out and say I don't yell at people. I do very often, but I very much did not this time. So the video very much proves that. I'll go ahead and play that for you right now. And so here we go.
Why? Because of personal information. Then cover it up. Harassing the petitioner. I'm not harassing anybody. I'm standing here. You're taking pictures of personal information. I'm not taking personal information. I'm taking a picture of you. This is what it looks like when somebody sells people's rights. This is what it looks like when somebody puts up a sign to get rid of car tabs and gas taxes. Yeah, go ahead and sign those ones. Those ones are good.
Yeah, like I was saying in the video, you know, I very much do support the half of the guys' initiatives that he has out there. We shouldn't have to be paying more than $30 for car tabs because we voted that in a long time ago. And paying any taxes for groceries just seems ridiculous. I mean, paying taxes in general just seems ridiculous unless you are 100% consenting to the taxes. Taxation is theft. So I'll go ahead and continue with the video some more.
I'm specifically talking about him trying to raise the age to purchase a firearm to 21 and have a registry for all long arms. That's just absolutely ridiculous.
As I mentioned in the video, he wants to raise the purchase age from 18 to 21. So think about that, folks. You can go to war and die when you're 18, but you can't purchase a firearm. And of course, we all know how well laws work in keeping criminals from doing bad things. So, you know, like that's how we got rid of the heroin epidemic. We made it illegal.
apparently this guy thinks that passing a new law is going to stop people that aren't supposed to have guns already not have guns.
Yeah, I've got an idiot here who's taking pictures. I've got personal information on voter registration.
See, there he is, very quickly telling the police a flat-out lie. For one thing, we all know I'm not an idiot. For another thing, I am not harassing him one tiny bit. I'm not trying to collect personal information with my camera. That's just kind of ridiculous.
I'm not videotaping any personal information. I'm videotaping you specifically.
I'm at the Wallmart. Also harassing people, yelling at people.
I'm also harassing people and yelling at people. It's very, very clear from the video that that's totally going on. He's being totally 100% honest there. You know, that just goes along with his signs that don't say anything about anti-gun bills.
Yelling at anybody. In fact, have me on video not yelling at somebody, so go ahead. Call them out here. That's a lie, actually. I am taking a picture of you specifically.
I'm harassing.
Haven't harassed you one tiny bit, sir?
No, I got 2 more.
I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't know what the legal definition of harassment is, but Curtis Hart certainly does.
Thank you.
This one is the energy bill. This one is to raise the age of.
He's calling the cops on because I'm filming him, trying to.
That's legal.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. I had one gentleman, the person that you just heard on camera there, he's from Germany. He was open carrying a firearm. He's only been in the country for a year. And he just could not understand how Americans could be against the Second Amendment and be for giving up any of our gun rights. He was just blown away by that.
I agree with people.
Keeps on telling the police that I'm harassing people. I eventually called Longview Police to let them know what I was doing. I was also doing a records request to get a copy of his 911 call. That will be uploaded just as soon as I get that. Longview Police informed him that free speech does in fact go 2 ways, that I wasn't harassing him, that I wasn't taking pictures of personal information, because of the questions that they asked him and the way he answered, they just flat out told him that they weren't going to be doing anything about me informing people of what they were signing.
This is what it looks like when somebody sells out their country, sells out their rights. How much money are you making off each signature?
Couldn't get him to answer that question one time.
Well, I don't like people taking pictures of personal information.
I'm not taking a picture of any personal information. You're lying to the police.
Well, he was up on my table taking pictures.
That's an absolute lie. You can't prove that either, because I wasn't.
I think how he said that is taking pictures.
Not taking a single picture of any personal information. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
taking a picture of you.
I've got customers here too. This one here is clean energy.
Are they considered customers because you get paid for a signature?
But this person's customers is also
Harassing customers.
Not.
Don't you think that Walmart would have sent somebody out there to kick me off their property had I been harassing customers? The answer to that is yes. And if Walmart would have asked me to leave, I would have left at the drop of a hat because I respect property rights. But Walmart didn't ask me to leave. They eventually did come and tell me that I wasn't allowed to film on the property and that I wasn't allowed to take pictures, and I totally complied when they asked.
Harassing customers, I'm informing people of the scumbaggery that you're committing. So everybody knows this person gets paid for every signature he gets to try to get our gun rights taken away. It's absolutely ridiculous. Wants to raise the age of purchasing a firearm to 21 and create a state registry of all firearm sales.
So all I was actually doing out there was just pretty much repeating those talking points to just about every single customer that he tried to get to sign his stupid little petition.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
And I had a few people that knew exactly what he was doing, and knew the scumbaggery that was he was trying to commit, and totally agreed with what I was doing. I had a couple of people thank me. I had a couple of people shake my hand, and told me that I was doing a great job.
What's your name?
Me?
No, the person collecting signatures.
All right, you have a good day.
I don't want your name.
Well, thank you. I wasn't going to sign no until you started that.
Well, that's fine.
So yeah, this horse's ass right here saw that I was informing people and letting them know to read what they were signing, and he decided to go ahead and go sign all the guy's stuff just because, I don't know, he doesn't like people being informed of what they're doing. That's completely his right. You know, when the jackboots come, they're going to come for us all, so he'll be included in that.
Good. Shame on your country.
How much per signature do you get?
Only the registered voter. Are you registered voter?
Maybe that means stand.
See, look how he flips the sign around to stop new grocery taxes.
So yeah, he had a sign on one side of the sign that said "Stop new grocery taxes." On the other sign it said "Save our schools," which, I mean, if gun laws work to save our schools, the vast majority of the people that are doing those school shootings aren't supposed to have a gun in the first place. So that would have stopped everything, but they don't work.
Bring back the $30 tax for vehicles.
Get them on the ballot.
Already signed it.
You did think you have a wonderful.
I think those two things are excellent ideas.
Register, your vote can make a difference. All right, have a good day.
Yeah, he clearly said no, he's not a registered voter.
So the guy that he just asked told him no, he wasn't a registered voter. Wanted him to try and get his signed stuff anyways. It just seems like it should be against the rules.
Why are you trying to get people to sign a petition that said that they weren't a registered voter? That seems kind of unethical. Really?
The ethical way to put that question was, "Would you like to register to vote, sir?" But that's not what he said.
It seems completely unethical to have all these signs out to say vote no on taxes, vote no on...
Hey, registered voters, sir, sign here.
How come you don't flip the sign around to let people know what you're actually out here trying to collect signatures for?
I can tell you exactly why I didn't flip that sign around. It's because he's a cuck.
Without getting any personal information in here, which I haven't, I'm just showing people.
So you can see his sign.
Bring back the $30 tabs, no grocery tax. Those are both great ideas.
We've got a couple tax bills here, let's get them on the ballot, and a couple other bills, let's get them on the ballot, right here.
I mean,
All that background noise you hear is carts, because we're at Walmart.
two of the things are excellent ideas.
Registered voter, man, you sign these bills? Would like to get you on the ballot.
Make sure you read everything that you sign, because those signs down there are misleading. He's out here collecting signatures to get people to not be able to purchase guns when they're 18. Yeah, his signature means that you have to be 21 to buy a gun.
If you're a registered voter, sign here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, see, that lady, she just thanked me. Because this scumbag trying to pass off all of his ballot initiatives as anti-tax bills.
Are you a registered voter? Oh, I talked to you already. You haven't voted.
How much per signature are you getting to sell out people's rights?
Remember, you're a registered voter.
Doesn't want to answer that question. Thank you. They called on me. So you don't want to answer the question, how much per signature are you getting to try to take people's gun rights away? Or better yet, why shouldn't an 18-year-old that can be sent to war not be able to purchase a gun? Can you answer me that?
If you're a registered voter, let's get these on the ballot.
If you're a registered voter, make sure every word of the stuff that you're signing, because this guy's trying to take people's gun rights away.
What are you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm just standing here.
Oh, okay. You on break today?
What?
You on break?
No.
Okay. Done for the day? Work all night, huh?
How much are you getting paid to get each signature? Are you a volunteer? Probably not a volunteer.
If you're registered voter, sign right here. He's on the ballot. You'd like to earn $30 tax back. You off your grocery taxes.
Why don't you tell them the rest of the things you're trying to get people to sign? Or just not about that?
Curtis?
Yep. Thank you.
The person that just asked me if my name was Curtis ended up shaking my hand. She knew exactly what I was out there doing what I do, advocating for liberty.
We can't have you film on one property.
Okay.
So then Wallmart came out, said we can't have you filming on our property. I said okay.
Is there anything I can help you with?
No. I will stop the film now.
Oh, okay.
Can I take pictures? Okay.
So there you go. As soon as he told me no, I couldn't take pictures, I had to stop my camera. I stuck around there for about an hour and a half, letting people know what this guy was doing. He called the police on me 3 times. It was after the 3rd time that I went and called dispatch to find out what the case number was. And that was when LPD told me that they informed him that I wasn't doing anything wrong and that free speech goes both ways. If he's going to be standing out in public and doing this kind of thing, then I get to do my thing. So there you have it, folks. That right there is the exact type of scumbaggery that these people have to commit to get, just to even get the anti-gun laws, the anti-gun initiatives on the ballot in a blue state, mind you. You know, they in a blue state, they can't be 100% forthright with what they're doing. They have to resort to trickery and to, not just coming right out and saying it. If he would have had a sign up that said something about it being an anti-gun law, I wouldn't have had so much of an issue with it. I wouldn't have been out there, on my lunch break from work, because yes, I do in fact have a job. This is just one of my many hobbies. I wouldn't have been spending my lunch break out there telling people what was going on because it would have been obvious. But he had his sign flipped around so that people couldn't see that. What you could clearly see by the video was what he had out there about 90% of the time. Just an anti-tax bill for groceries and $30 tabs for cars. And again, I'm not getting into the environmental one. I would just go ahead and vote no on that one also. But that's another video for another time. So that's all I have time for tonight. This is Because Liberty with Curtis Hart. Go ahead and like and subscribe and share this to all your friends so that everybody can see what kind of scumbaggery that these signature gatherers are getting. They get paid per signature. They have absolutely no morals when it comes to trying to pass laws. The guy tried telling me that he didn't support the anti-gun bill, but there was in fact a person at the Longview Public Library with basically the same setup. I went and talked to him. He didn't have the anti-gun bill because he said that there was too much stuff in that he didn't agree with, and he wasn't trying to collect signatures for that. So there you go, folks. That right there is what they're doing to try to take our gun rights away. And again, I got to point out just absolutely how ridiculous is it that these people think that they're going to be able to take our guns for one thing without a fight, and we're just going to lay down and take it like a bunch of cucks, and that's not what's going to be happening. Thank you very much. Have a good night, and like I said, like and subscribe and share.